Okay, I'm recording.
Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today is a kind of a long waited video. It's the middle of Jan and I'm only just getting around to doing it, but it's a 2020 favourites video. I just thought I'd share with you all my favourite products of last year and do my makeup whilst I talk about them. I've got them all in this Morphe bag. I don't actually have as much makeup as some YouTubers, but I also might have a lot more makeup than some other people, so yeah, I just thought it'd be a cool, interesting video to show you and so you can see the products as they are when I use them. If this is something that you'd like to see, carry on watching and I'll slap them on my face. I just realised I've put them all in this bag and I've now got to get them all out. So I've now got everything out in front of me. Let's start with primer. I've forgotten to put my SPF on today, and one of the favourites of last year, this was more towards the end of last year, is the Nars Radiance primer. It's got SPF in it, so that's why I'm using it. It just makes your skin feel ready for makeup, if that makes any sense. Some other mentions are the e.l.f. Luminous Putty primer. It's cheap and it's a really good drugstore product. I mean, it just gives you a really nice glow. If you want a more high-end glowy kind of primer, the Becca Backlight primer it just smells so good. I think in one of my videos I described that it smells like, you know when you go to National Trust gift shops? Yeah. Today I don't think I want that glow, I just think I want to look radiant. So I'm going to use this one. Lovely. Okay, so for foundation, the two that I have been mainly using this year are the Nars Natural Radiant Longwear Foundation and the Urban Decay Stay Naked. I really like this. I got this again towards the end of last year and yeah, it just lasts all day and it just gives a really nice finish. But for more like medium to light coverage, I really like the Urban Decay Stay Naked foundation and I think that's the one I'm going to use today. It just gives you like a your skin but better kind of feel. It's like really lightweight. I especially have been liking this under a mask because it's, again, I don't feel as clogged up as say a more heavy coverage foundation. At the beginning of last year I was wearing really heavy like matte foundation and I've really changed my game and gone for the lighter option. I like to apply this one with a sponge. This isn't going to be too much of a tutorial, I'm just going to show you me putting the products on and just talk about them hopefully a bit more. I'm not very good at elaborating, so bear with. Especially with the way my skin's been this year, I don't like to clog it up too much, and like I said, this is really lightweight but sort of covers them. I don't know, I'm trying to get past the whole covering and hiding my spots and just accepting that they're there, so yeah. Okay, to go along with those two foundations that I showed you, I really like the Nars concealer this year and the Stay Naked concealer this year. The Nars one is really full coverage and I just think it's just so high end. It just feels high end, it is high end. I'm really bad at explaining, just good. I'm going to obviously pair today's one with the Stay Naked. I'm wearing like a shade lighter than the foundation because I like the centre of my face to be kind of highlighted, but they've got so many shade ranges and yeah, I think you should get some. It's quite hard at the moment to find your shades, I guess. I had to go in store to ask because I'm not very good at colour matching, so. And again, I like to blend that one out with a sponge. I also don't, with my concealer, put as much under my eyes anymore unless I'm like really tired. I only put like 2 dots and then blend it out. Less is more, as so I found from the last year or so indoors. Okay, I'm going to set that all down, and the two powders that I have really liked this year are two different kind of powders. I really like the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish. Again, very high end, just feels like satin underneath your eyes. It comes in quite a big pan for like the cost, and it's available in 4 shades I think, which I think I've got the shade 2, which is like medium. The next powder that I really like is the e.l.f. Halo Glow, another affordable kind of setting powder. This is good again for setting. I like putting it underneath my cheeks to like make it a bit lighter there, and it's just a really good lightening kind of powder. I think it comes, this is in the shade Light, but I think there's like translucent as well, which I need to try. But yeah, this one's good for making it look lighter. Which one do I need today? I'm gonna go for the e.l.f. actually. As much as last year was a car crash for most people, I actually kind of found my groove in a way amongst the mental breakdowns. I got my YouTube channel, which I kind of abandoned for a bit. I did my weekly vlogs, I don't know if anyone watches them. I kind of got the time to actually sit down and film and do something a bit more creative, which is very good for me because I was at a loss before lockdown with what I was doing in my life. So yeah, here I am doing makeup online. No one. Okay, for bronze. Again, last year I didn't wear bronze. I would use a very cold contour, so I've decided to warm it up a bit this year. First, I like the Hoola Lite. I do think I also last year was wearing very pale makeup that was, I am pale, very, look, colour of milk. I was wearing like foundation and everything that was too light. So I did buy this, which is light. But I do think I'm going to like upgrade it to just the Hoola one because I do fake tan now and this does not show up when you fake tan. The second mention is the iHeart Revolution Summer of Love bronzer. It's a more like pearlescent kind of one, shimmery one than the Hoola Lite, and it's drugstore, it's dead cheap, and I'm going to use that today because it is very nice. I think it's like £4.99, which is a very good price in my opinion. Oh, that's another thing, I'm trying to be a lot more like lighter and delicate when I place my makeup because again last year I was just like bah. And if there's anything you can hopefully take away from this video, it is colour match and be lighter and gentle to your face because you'll reap the benefits. I think this year I want to invest in a load of better brushes. This is a brush that I've started using and I think I've had this since I was like 14 but it works. Take that down my nose. The next things that I want to show you is one of my favourite kind of beauty products, and that is blush. I really love blush. So my first honourable mentions are the e.l.f. multi-sticks, monochromatic multi-sticks. They're just like affordable cream blush and I like to put them underneath powder blush to give even more of a blushed look. I also discovered the Glossier cloud paints that I want to get more of because I do really like them. This is a bit too orange for everyday use, but when you're doing like dramatic looks it's great. It's the shade Dawn. I have used this all year long. It's the L'Oreal Life's a Peach blush, drugstore fave. I do really love peach blushes and I think it once smelt like peach, but very in my top few. If I was on a desert island I could not live without this. I've been trying to upgrade my makeup all year, so I've got a more drugstore option and a high-end option. So my high-end treat to myself this year was the Laura Mercier peach blush. It goes on like a dream and was worth the price, which I can't remember. I think today I'll use ye old favourite Life's a Peach blush. And I like to place that on my nose for that little cute burnt nose look. Okay, for highlighter I have 3 highlighters. The first is a palette that I have been using for the past, I think it came out in like 2017. So I think I've been using it for about 4 years now. This is my second one. It's the Soph Revolution palette. It comes with a load of highlighters for all different skin types, and as you can see I particularly love this one here. I just find you can really combine all the colours in this and even use it on like your lids. I just think it's great. I think it's £8. Well worth it. Another drugstore one that I got this year was the Wet n Wild Blossom Glow. I think it was a bit of a cult product this year, or maybe last year as well. I keep saying this year, but it's 2021 and we're nearly halfway through January. We are halfway through January. Shit. Yeah, that's a nice little pinky kind of pearlescent. I keep saying pearlescent as well. Strange. And then the next is the release of last year that I can't stop going on about. It's the Vive Nova Glow highlighter, but one thing, it's not going to do it now. My component keeps coming out, which is, at first I was like, this is the best, but then yesterday when it fell out on me, I was like, okay. But it's still so worth it, and I'm going to put it on today. It just, like, you put it on and you can't really see it until you turn to the sides. It's not just like a grey gleaming glow, it's like a really nice buttery, I mean, I'm going to show you now. Oh boy. See, so when I'm looking that way, well, actually you can, because there's a window there, but just trust me, it's worth it and you should get it. See, I don't know if you can see, whatever. It just gives a nice little natural glow that we need. Oh, I forgot to mention a foundation that I also got last year. It's the Nudestix Tinted Cover Foundation. It's like the lightest of lightweight. It is really like a moisturiser than a foundation, but it does, for days that you don't really want to wear too much makeup but you want your skin to look a bit more like, ooh, it is so good. The only complaint is the little component thing on mine's broke, which is really annoying. But it also smells gorgeous paired with the Becca Backlight primer. Okay, we're nearly finished for base, but the last thing that I want to mention is setting sprays. The two that I've been loving this year are the Urban Decay All Nighter, because it really does help your makeup last. With this year and wearing masks, it has proved itself, because for work I'd spray it on my base and then put my mask on, and only like my lipstick would come off, because I tend to use like satiny lipsticks rather than matte, so yeah, it is very good. But the one I'm going to use today is the L'Oreal Shake and Glow. It gives you a little bit of a glow, it's drugstore, and I really recommend it. Perhaps put too much on. Okay, I'm just going to zoom you in and show you the eye product. Okay, for eyes, I like to prime my eyes, normally with concealer, but one of my top picks this year is the MAC Painterly Paint Pot. I don't like really heavy eye primers. This is a really nice light base, but it does kind of make everything a bit more together and primed. Another few honourable mentions are the P. Louise Basics. I've got a few of these now and they are so good for really bright eye looks, but also if you paint them all over your face, you've got body paint there and then. You only need to use a tiny bit. I used it for a Halloween look that I did where I painted myself green, and it didn't actually take a lot of the product. Like, I've still got about 2/3 of a tube left, and just so great, so pigmented, and you should get some. For today I'm going to just use the MAC Painterly Paint Pot. Okay, next is kind of the big one, and it is palettes. I'm going to start with Drugstore. This is the palette, again, that I've been using for the past 4 or 5 years. It's the Revolution Soph Extra Spice palette. Mine's a bit rotty. Again, this is my second palette because it's one of those, I literally use it every day. It's so cheap, and the colours, look at this 21 one. Look at that. Oh boy. And this silver one. Boo, boo, boo. I really recommend this for every day, and just if you want a little pop of warmish colour. The next one is perhaps my favourite colourful palette. It's the Beef Perfect Stacey Marie palette, the XL one. Look at all those colours. Stunning, 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 stunning. You've got your warm browns, you've got your blues, you've got your reds, you've got highlighters and stuff, which I don't think I've ever used, but it's just very good, very pigmented, and I think you can get it in Superdrug as well. Love it. I really want to try the third palette in her collection, but yeah, really recommend. The next one is the absolute love of my life. Launched at the very end of last year. It's the Vive Modern Essentials palette. It is the perfect warm smoky brown palette. I have been using this pretty much every day since it came out. The pan shades are so big. They're really pigmented. They just give a really nice soft glam. I mean, you can really use this palette in a multitude of ways. As much as people slate a warm smoky brown palette, this one has been top notch. And then the last one, and the one that I think I'm going to use today, I need to get more of these because they're so cheap, but somehow so good, is the e.l.f. bite-sized palettes. This is the jalapeno hot one, and I remember seeing it on the Brooks brother on Instagram, and I just couldn't believe that it was a a drugstore £3 palette. So I'm going to use that today and kind of show it off. I'm going to go in first with this little lighter green and take that all over my lid. So far we've got a really like subtle mint green kind of colour. I'm just going to carry on building that up. Okay, I'm going to go next in with the darkest shade in the palette and just start deepening it up. I think one of the main reasons I wanted to show you this palette is the shimmers. I'm not going to use the yellow today, but that's £3. That's a £3 palette. Today I'm going to use the green, which is, again, stunning. So stunning. I need to get more of these palettes. So I'm going to take that on a flat brush and just start placing that all over the lid. I mean, would you just look at that? Some of the high-end brands that do makeup really need to step their pussies up with shimmers. Absolutely bloody stunning. I'm just going to blend that in with the greens. I'm just going to show you up close because it is so good. They're just so... If anything that I really recommend in this video that you go out and purchase is one of these little palettes, and I think I'm going to buy a few more and do some more looks with them. Okay, where do we go now? Okay, my next mentions are eyeliners. At the beginning of this year I discovered the Stila Stay All Day liner. It's a pen liner that it's just so like precise. That's a really bad swatch. I don't know why I did that. It's a bit more upmarket but really worth the price because this is my second one of last year and they really do last long and you can get a really precise cat eye with them. And then the next three are some drugstore purchases. All Barry M. First off, you've got the High Vis liners. I don't know if these are special edition, but I think they do still stock them. They're really pigmented and yeah, great for a little pop of colour if one desires. And then the next ones are some really good kohl kind of pencils. I don't know what Barry M is doing, but their kohls are really like creamy and easily smudgeable. They just feel really high end, so I think I might use the brown one under my lash line and blend it out for like a kind of smoky under eye look. Drop that in my waterline as well. And then get a brush and blend it out. I think I'm going to do a little bit of a tiny smudgy wing with it. I kind of prefer eyeshadow wings, like wings that you stamp on with an angled brush, than an actual pen liner at the moment. I just think you can really work with the shape and it looks really smudgy and sexy. So I'm just going to kind of draw that on and then pull it out with an angled brush. Went a bit AWOL with that. Like I said, it's fine because you can just really play about with it. I'm also going to get my concealer and just tidy it all up. It'll be fine. There we go, kind of tidied up. I'm just going to do the same to the other eye and then I'll be back to show you the rest of the product. Okay, so I'm back. I have thrown an inner corner highlight on. I've kind of sorted out the mess with my concealer. So I just want to show you now some glitters. I really love the Barry M, again, drugstore, holographic eyeshadow toppers. They're quite cheap and they really do the job. They really bring a look forward. I was going to use the green one today, but I think I'm just fine with the e.l.f. shimmers as they are. So I'll just show you the next ones, which are the Urban Decay Heavy Metal liners. These are a bit more of an investment, but they are just so good. You really need to get a little collection of these. I've got mostly gold shades. I do want to get a few more colourful shades because, like I said, they really make a look ready for a party. Not that we're having any right now. Okay, next is mascaras. I only have 2 out of the 3 I'm going to mention because the first one was the Bambi Eye False Lash Mascara by L'Oreal, which is so good. I don't even know how to explain. So I then got this one, which is the Maybelline Lash Sensational, bit of a mouthful. This is really good, particularly for bottom lashes. If you want more of a like clumpy look, if that's your thing, the Lash Freak by Urban Decay is great. It's got a really interesting kind of brush on it. I'll show you that one today. In fact, I'll show you that one on my top and this one on my bottom. See, like I said, it's quite clumpy, but because the brush is quite silicone-y, it like pulls them apart so they're not too year 9 clumped together kind of lashes, if you know what I mean. I'll just show you the lash sensational on the bottom. This one's got a curved brush, that's why I think I like it on the bottom. And there you go. For lashes, I only really got into lashes this year. I only have a few. The first are the Primark Sultry lashes. These are £1 and they're just so good at giving you a nice light little feathery Bambi kind of look. The next ones are the, I think these might have been discontinued, but Ardell lashes altogether are really good. These are the Ardell Ellis Atlantis lashes. I have really got into cutting mine in half to give more of a fox eye, and the best ones for that kind of look are the Tatti Lashes Jamie Genevieve lashes. I have loved these this year. Again, another Jamie Genevieve product because I'm an absolute stalker. So today I think I'm going to use Ye Old Faithful, the TL2s cut in half. And my favourite glue to use is the Duo Green Lash Glue. It dries really clear and stays on all day. These last so long. I have only bought 2 of each packet and I've had them for like 6 months now. When I buy lashes that are a bit more pricey, I really like to get my use out of them. Whilst they're drying up, I'll just add some more mascara to the front half of my lashes, just so it all kind of blends together. And I'll also show you some of my brow stuff. So I really got into Benefit products this year. Some honourable mentions are the Precisely My Eyebrow Pencil. That's really good for like putting on your brows speedily. I really like the Gimme Brow for kind of making your brows look darker when you want more of a natural kind of day. I really like the Ka-Brow, but I think I do prefer the Anastasia brow pomade, which is what I'm going to use today. Another drugstore kind of mention, which I think I picked up in Madrid when we were allowed to go on holiday last year. I got the Essence Make Me Brow Gel. It is, I think you can get it in Wilko's, I think it's like £3 if that. It's just really good, again, for when you want a more natural kind of day, darken up your brows. I also really like the Benefit 24-hour brow setter. I'm going to go in with that first just to define the shape of my brows, get them all fluffy. There you go, they do last the whole day. They are really set in place when you pat them down. Just gives you a nice little fluffy brow. I'm going to go through with my Anastasia brow pomade and fill out these gaps. That which I have a lot of. It looks like today this one's going to be my demon brow. This is my like lovely brow, this is my shit brow. They've kind of swapped places throughout the year. Let's stick these lashes on. There you go, stunning. I'm not so good at putting lashes on, but we'll get there, we're getting better. Okay, we've got to the lips part of the video, and to start off liners, I've got a few to mention. I forgot to bring the Morphe Sweet Tea liner with me, but I really like that one. I like the Kiko little lip liners. I can't remember, I think this is 534, but I've used this one a lot. Really like the Rimmel Cappuccino liner, and then I couldn't not mention them, it's the Vive Modern Lip Definers. I think my favourites are the shade Bark and the shade Rumour. I think I'll use Rumour today, and then I'll just mention my lipsticks before I go in with my lips. For glosses, I really like the e.l.f. glosses and the Glossier Just Like Universal lip gloss. That one just over a red lip is just so chic. I wanted to mention this one, it's the Lanolips Lip Balm. I really like these in the winter particularly because they really do moisturise your lips. I don't think they're vegan though, but I've had the strawberry one before, but this peach one is again just so lovely and has kind of been a saviour this winter. I've only got a mini, but I really like this shade of the Charlotte Tilbury lipsticks. I will be getting a full shade version of it. This is the Viva La Vergara lipstick, and I like a very pinky kind of colour. Just think it looks really sexy, it's really kind of satiny. Drugstore mentions are the Maybelline Superstay Matte Inks. These are my 3 favourite colours. I really like the Globetrotter, Driver and Loyalist one. It like kind of shocks me how great they are because they stay on all day, and like I said, drugstore. This under a mask completely lasts, I promise you. And then finally the Vive lipsticks. I really love these. They last for lipsticks. I normally don't find that lipsticks last that long, and they're really like velvety, satin, just a lovely finish. And I think I'm going to finish with my favourite colour, which is Power Suit. It's just a really nice 70s burnt orange kind of shade. So I'm going to put that on first and then go over and line it. These with the lip liners just really blend so well together. So I'm going to take Rumour. Kind of gone for a very heavy look that I didn't mean to do. Okay, I'm going to go away and just sort my hair out, and then I'll be back to end the video. Okay, this is the finished look. Just show you a bit up close. Obviously I don't claim to be a professional. I hopefully this year will try and do a makeup course. That's what I'm thinking of the direction that I'm going to go in. I just want to get better at it and learn a few more techniques that I can show you all, because I love to share it all, and hopefully you'll find some new products that you really love from watching this video. I do look a bit like an ugly stepsister, that's the only thing. Kind of went very in with the foresty berry look. If you've enjoyed this video, please give us a thumbs up, maybe even subscribe. And there is more to come, so hopefully see you very soon. Bye! You can shut up. Don't flush the loo! Okay. It just makes your skin... Fuck's sake, Stella. Mirror that eye. It's really compact. Ugh. That's a very slow, awkward zoom. Okay, for eyes. Okay, for eyes. Look at that. I don't know if you can see. No, there's no point in me showing you. What is that weird thing? Has that been on my face the whole time? Is the Ardell Ellis Atlantish. What?